after Tucker Carlson did one of the stupidest commentaries in the history of stupid cable news commentaries, the Russian state TV ran the segment he did with subtitles. And let me tell you what he did, and more importantly, let me tell your audience what he did. He went on television and he said, why do we hate, this is one day before the tanks rolled into Ukraine, why do we hate Vladimir Putin so much? He didn't call us a racist, did he? He didn't call us, he doesn't manufacture fentanyl. He didn't take our middle class jobs away. So why do we hate him so much? Well, here's what he left out of his questions. We hate him so much because he's an authoritarian thug, because he doesn't tolerate any dissent, that he poisons people in his own country who disagree with him, and because he was on the verge of launching the biggest ground war in Europe in more than 75 years. But Tucker Carlson was, so there was an old term, which I know you know, Bill, in the Soviet days, called a useful idiot, a Westerner, an American, who went along with Stalin or whoever, not knowing what he was really doing. Tucker Carlson knows what he was doing. He was appealing to the most extreme wing of his audience. That's what he was doing. And he was defending
there is a possibility that first of all, Carlson's entitled to say what he wants to say. You would agree with that, right?
Well, yes, as long as you agree that I'm entitled to call him a dope for doing it.
Well, you're on the air here, and we'll put Carlson on if he wants to come on. But,
and I'm aware that more than a few people watching us right now are fans of Tucker Carlson, but I won't pander to them. I won't pander to them.
Well, you never do, and that's why we put you on. But let me play devil's advocate here. So Carlson may believe that it's not worth the United States leading the charge against a totalitarian guy, and I don't think Tucker would deny that, because the stakes in Ukraine aren't high enough. And that, Putin's not threatening us directly. He just wants Ukraine. And for whatever reason, Carlson thinks that's not okay, but it doesn't justify getting us down the road to a bigger confrontation. I think that's his thinking. Would you disagree with that?
Well, let me give you my take on it. If he had said, and I think this is what you're implying, if he had said, I don't think it's worth sending Americans to fight there, I'd say that's fine. By the way, not only do I agree with that, but I think he's certainly more than entitled to that opinion. But he didn't say that. He said, why do we hate Vladimir Putin as much as we do? That's a dumb question. And it's a cynical question, because even Tucker Carlson knows that Vladimir Putin is the monster that you said he was a few minutes ago. He did it for a reason. What's the reason? To appeal to the fringe of his audience. That's not a good enough reason for me.